get good. I am the Gamer Under Development, and this is Endless Space 2 Penumbra. We are checking out the new patch as we did in the last episode, and in the meantime, I've done a little bit of research about the Vodyani. I'm not super experienced with them, so I wanted to kind of get an idea of how people generally play them or what are good strategies with them. And there's a couple of changes we're going to be making compared to what I was talking about last episode. So we were working towards building as many Almost Serve modules as we can on our arc. That is no longer our goal. Instead, what we want to do is we want to get as many of these... There we go. Almost Provide modules on our arc. Now the reason for that is, if we look at the strengths of the Vodyani, one of the main strengths is actually their population. Looking at their population, they generate 4 of each FID, so the more population we get, the better. This also answers the question that I had last episode about whether we should be building arcs or population first. We're going to get our population up to 3 on all of our systems. Well, rather, yeah, on all of our systems, because the way that the arcs work, and this is another reason why population is a more important focus for us, is that you get population on every single planet when you settle an arc on it. That's why we have 2 right here, even though we haven't generated any new population since we started. So basically, every time we use Holy Proliferation, we get population equal to the number of slots available to us based on the number of planets that we have settled. So our early focus needs to be to pump population and also to find systems like this with 5 planets and be able to colonize all of them. So we're going to change our research strategy a little bit here as well. Instead of diving straight into this to get Almost Serve 2, we're actually going to move that over and go for... So we want to get colonize barren and colonize snow really early, because there's a lot of that in our area. So if we come over here, we see that we've got Arctic, Tundra, which we already have, another Arctic, a barren, and an ice. If we look at our home system here, we have an ice and a toxic waiting to be colonized. So if we go look at our science, toxic is right here. Getting barren will speed up our progress to getting toxic. And ice and Arctic are right here, so getting snow will speed up our progress to getting those. That being said, we're going to make it a priority to pick up eukaryotic sap. So I was not going to get this right away because of the H-Field Fleet Accelerator not being what it was in the past. Now I'm getting it right away, but that's mainly because we need the colonization text there. Also going to go ahead and get that one, and we should pick up Academy Embassy relatively quickly as well. Now, I am going to move Ubiquitous Surveillance back a little bit, I think. Mainly because getting this colonization tech is going to be more beneficial, and I'm actually going to move the one that gives us barons up ahead of the rest, because that'll actually give us a boost right away once we colonize Nair. Nair is going to be our goal for our second colonization. After that, we're going to be looking for other systems that have high population. The reason why I made the shift, guys, is because I know a little bit about the faction quest, and I know that after we complete the next part of killing this pirate ship, we're going to get another faction quest to brainwash a minor civilization. Brainwashing is the equivalent of assimilating for the Vodyani. The problem with that is, if you're draining the essence of a minor civilization, it's actually hard to build influence with them, so whenever you reach a point in the game where something seems counterproductive or counterintuitive like that, I usually assume that it means that there's something wrong with my strategy, and then I go out and I look for more information. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next turn here. And I believe we already upgraded our arc design as soon as... Yeah, we did. As soon as we have the money, we're going to be upgrading this arc to that design, which is not going to be for a hot second, but we are still building essence as we go. It's just coming in rather slowly at the moment. Once this leecher gets out here, we are going to drain essence from these guys just for the moment in order to sort of... What is the best... to supplement our essence income until we are able to upgrade this arc. But the goal here is to pop out as many arcs as we can with those Almost Provide modules so that we can generate a ton of essence and then grow our population massively. And that should give us a pretty solid early game FIDS rush. This is a Guardian hero, so we definitely do not want him to be a system governor, which is fine. Gonna send him over to Mikre here to finish our quest off, and hopefully this leecher gets here soon so that we can get a little extra essence, because we are generating essence rather slowly at the moment. Do want to take a look at what we're doing here. Infinite supermarket's great. We are going to try to forego the initial food improvements here just for a little bit, because they don't do that much for us, and they actually do less for us because of our population. Yeah, Zacor is cool. Let's go look for something with a few more planets. That's not it. Okay. Loving how much we're getting as far as galaxy exploration with this one little leecher here that has nothing but engines. I will say, though, that if I hadn't upgraded this to a nothing but engine design, I might have a little bit more dust to upgrade the arc sooner, so that's something to consider if you're going to be playing the Vodyani. Okay, end that turn. We're moving through the turns here a little bit faster, and that makes me happy, because I have a better idea what we're going to be doing. Drone Networks is done, Xeno Industrial is in progress. We have just completed Plasma Metallurgy, which should give us access to Hyperium. And now we have Interplanetary Transport Network, which, once again, we're not going to build till we get a little bit more population, I don't think, because it does improve our production at the moment, but it doesn't improve by that much. It may still be worth moving up in the queue. We'll take a look in a second. Let's actually go check that out real quick. Xeno Industrial's definitely first. And what is our happiness at? Our happiness is kind of low, which affects our dust gains, which makes me want to kind of leave Infinite Supermarkets there. I think we will. I think we'll do that. Leave Infinite Supermarkets there for a minute just so that we can get that done and get a little bit more happiness, and hence a little more dust to upgrade that arc. Alrighty then, did you guys land yet? No, but you are this turn. Here we go. This is the combat we've all been waiting for. We want to use this one again because of the range difference. Being able to control that range should give us the advantage over these pirates and prevent us from losing our wheel here. We can go ahead and watch this one. We'll probably turn the speed up, though. Go, guys, go. Get those ferocious pirates. Awesome. If you guys hear that speed bike in the background, apologies. Okay. We're gonna skip straight to the action, and then turn it up. And switch to overview cam for a minute, because I still think that overview cam is the one you want to be watching if you're trying to, like, get a better handle on how your fleet battles are going. It's definitely more effective to see the ebb and flow of stuff. We're actually doing really well here. We haven't lost anything. I think they've lost a ship. Yeah, going with the longer range was a big benefit for us there, and I think the only thing we lost... We didn't even lose our flag. I thought our flag blew up there. We did get some essence out of that, which is nice. But more importantly, we completed our quest and got a bunch of titanium. So choose an objective. Brainwash a minor civ, or explore at least 2 ruins-type curiosities. Ooh, Sainted Speed is actually a pretty decent module. But Systemic Oratory will give us some extra influence early on, and I know a lot of people say that influence kind of tapers off. It does, but it's still very, very useful early for laws. Let's go ahead and read our quest, though. Sister Yins, I think that's pronounced right, did not understand that history must be handled gingerly, like any other explosive power. She heard word of our search for the tabernacle and began asking improper questions. Her cloth shall not speak to others for a week. She must learn to hold her tongue. All must obey the law. There is a sense of destiny, a thrill that we feel on the bridge of the ship. Though it is not acknowledged, it is there and almost tangible. We are all eager to discover the fountain of lies called the tabernacle and watch its falsehoods fall to pieces. Like mist before a blazing sun, I cannot let the excitement show as other, less responsible members of the church might. I must remain stoic and steadfast. When the time comes to show the lies for what they are, I will not exclaim with eager joy. I will nod and turn and give the next order. I will never show the curiosity that burns within me. God, I love these. The narration in this game is 100, guys. Just 100. That last line just makes that whole bit of narration, right? Like, I'm gonna keep it super contained, but I'm actually curious. I love that. So we can go with Explore here to get Sainted Speed, which is actually pretty nice, or the Systemic Oratory. I still feel like the Systemic Oratory is a better decision than Sainted Speed, because there are some other movement modules that we can get from quests that I feel like are a little bit better. And we already have a 3-point engine, so really it just adds health. I'm gonna go with Cooperate here, which means we do need to brainwash a minor civ. The Tabernacle. I had thought that edifice of evil was distant, or long destroyed by the faithful, or perhaps even taken by the infidel. To find it, we must speak with people who have lived here before our arrival. We must us gain their confidence, share our faith, and bring them into our flock. We must gain their confidence, share our faith, and bring them into our flock. That is a translation error. Okay. Can go ahead and close that off. Hey, we got another level up for our hero, so we have to decide where we want to go with that. Plus 20% shield capacity could be useful now that shield modules have a little bit more oomph to them. We could also go with this to give more experience and vision range on our fleets, but I feel like we're probably better off going with the shielding. Especially on a Guardian hero. Guardian heroes are more geared towards combat in general. Okay. So then, over here, we have our Leecher that is almost there. Go, little Leecher, go. You're so close. You're so close. You can do it. Once it gets there, we can start sapping some essence and hopefully bump our population up a little bit. I'm actually excited to see how much of an increase we see when we do that first population bump here. We do have a ton of titanium now. If we had access to the market, we could actually sell some of that off, but I don't think we're going to worry about that too much right now. Luxury resource-wise, the Deciduous Tree is very close to us. We would like some super spuds, though, so that we can boost our population growth. Unfortunately, there does not seem to be any in our near vicinity. Okay, so that's that. There is one more string for us to follow here. Probably going to be good to get wormhole techs or free movement very soon. And let's go over here and just start scanning things down. Sure. Show me what is on Mikre. New event, Clever Fake Part 1. One of the planets in the system at first appears to be lifeless and poor in resources. A second scan at higher power, however, reveals that the entire planet is a hologram, and in fact there is something hiding beneath the cleverly constructed camouflage. Perhaps you can figure out just how the camouflage worked. I always take Analyze the Planet on this. Minus 10 science on Empire for 10 turns usually balances out pretty easily with getting a new technology. So we're gonna grab that. Expedition success. Hey, we got some Deciduous trees. That's great. Those will probably be our first luxury resource we use for Empire improvements. Plus 20 Transvine. Transvine's also a great one because of the happiness. New luxury resources discovered. Transvine is now available across your Empire. Except for it's not. Mikre actually has Deciduous trees. So that is a 3 deposit, that is a 3 deposit, and this is a 1.5, of course. The most promising system has 1.5 deposit instead of a 3 deposit, but that's okay. That's sort of the way that we expect things to go, to be honest. Alright, let's send these guys down here. That may have been a mistake, though, because pirates may be spawning soon, and if that happens, we're going to want them closer to home. We will see if that was a mistake. That was probably a mistake, though. Okay, ending the turn. That's okay. Mistakes get made. It's fine, we'll recover. Worst case scenario, we end up sending them right back down that star line and we just wasted a bunch of turns traveling. Hello, Super Spuds, on a 4-planet system that we can colonize 2 of. So now I'm not feeling so bad because we kind of want to come over here and scan this system down. This is a very promising system for us. That gas hot is going to be kind of a problem for us because we won't be able to colonize that relatively soon. Gas planets take the longest to actually colonize. However, the access to super spuds here, 4.5 is pretty good, and that'll help us to boost our population because that is our randomly assigned resource, and if we boost twice, it actually boosts the rate at which we gain population, which is even more efficient. That's what we really want. Because we don't have to worry about generating other population, even if we do assimilate these guys, because we're running species stability, and species stability is very, very powerful. Oh, wait a minute. Does that not lock it for... Oh, interesting. Species stability does not lock it for the Vodyani. For other factions, that law will actually make it so that you cannot gain any other population than your main population. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So this leecher here is gonna start leeching. Get 'em, boys. And you'll notice that as soon as we start doing that, we lose the benefit of our praise. So it may actually be better not to do it, but at this point... Yeah, I'm gonna turn it off. We don't need to do that right now. We'd rather gain the benefit from that praise, and next turn we're gonna have enough to gain a population anyway. Yeah, that's a smarter decision in my opinion. So we'll just have him chill here for a turn. Just wait for 1 turn here, bud. Or 2 turns maybe to get the maximum benefit from that praise. And end the turn. Neutral hackers are active. That means that if pirates are around, we should have seen them by now, or potentially we could be seeing hacks from the minor faction. We have an incredibly long hack going on right now. Someday that will get to Gina. Someday. At least if the pirates do spawn, we can hack them for some benefit. Got 1 more turn of that praise going. Probably not necessarily worth it to wait, but I'm going to. Maybe I won't. Maybe I won't. Let's do Holy Proliferation here, though, for sure. That'll give us another population on those 2 planets, and then, yeah, we'll go ahead and kick on leeching here. It's not going to get us to the bottom, like, it's not going to get us here. And if it's not going to get us here, it's not worth the effort. Once these guys arrive, though, or have we scanned? We haven't scanned everything down, so once these guys arrive, we will actually probably turn this off for a minute and scan those down, because we do have that faction quest now to brainwash a minor civ. Alright. Adaptive bureaucracies will be done in a single turn. That's awesome. So keep an eye on our dust gains here. I'm very interested in where they go once we see this. And actually, we should probably send our Leecher 2 back now, although that kind of depends on what techs we're getting next. Oh yeah, we're going to send our Leecher back now. At the very least, this quicker Leecher can come over here and prevent pirates from spawning in a system, so I'm going to move them over to Nair just to kind of block that system from pirates. And we had 25 dust. How much do we have now? 40 dust. That's a nice little pickup there, and we should have enough now to go ahead and upgrade our arc. Oh, we're just shy. We're like 4 shy. Come on now. Come on now, game. You just trolling me with that. Did we just get a pop there anyway, though? I think we... Well, yeah, because we did Holy Proliferation. I'm like, oh my gosh, guys, we got the pop that we just bought. Who would have thought? Okay. Denark University is now available. We do have the resources to build it, but we'd rather build the Endless Research Park, to be honest, and then build Denark, because Denark is not unique amongst all empires, it's just unique amongst ours. Colonized Baron is also now available, so we can get 2 planets on there instead of 1, which is great. We need 1 more turn before we can get the Endless Research Park going. Because we're going after the Endless Research Park, I kind of want to skip Infinite Supermarkets, but I think it'll be fine. We're going to basically put it in queue behind Interplanetary Transport Network, which to me makes the most sense, because getting that extra production is going to help us get to the Endless Research Park before other factions. Religious are the leading political party. I'm not surprised, and I'm very, very happy with that. What we don't want to happen is we do not want to lose Religious right now. That would hurt a lot. Alright, you guys keep siphoning that planet. Do the thing. Oh, this is fun. So we can either get a random tech, or a dust and science increase of 10%, or a happiness and science increase of 10%. What looked like a huge asteroid approaching one of your system stars turned out to be a fragment of an ancient planet that burst ages ago. What makes it different are the remains of strange alien structures on it. What will you do before the planetary fragment flames into the sun? I kind of feel like this is the best gain overall because it's early influence, which might allow us to enact another law soon, or we could go with this for the happiness boost, which would give us a lot more dust and science generation, plus an additional 10% science. Oof, that's a hard choice. I think I'm gonna go with... Oh, that's such a hard choice. I'm gonna go with Respect the Dead here. I think that's probably the best option. That takes us into Contented, still not gaining additional food or influence. If I'd realized that that was primarily food and influence, I probably wouldn't have done that. This is what I was thinking of, was Empire approval, but soon we'll have infinite supermarkets. That might make up the difference for sure. And let's put Endless Research Park in queue right there. Definitely want to get that pretty quickly. And our pirates have spawned. They're here on Micray. That is actually fine. If we need to, we can send these guys back to deal with them. No problem. Before we do that, though, we should probably get the scanning done that we want done over here. Oh, and that's nice. Super Spuds is a great resource for us to be able to pick up here. And now let's come over here, and oh, that's going to be 3 turns. It's such a slow travel pattern right there. But it's going to be even longer getting back here, so I mean, I guess in that regard, there's no reason to complain. It is time, however, to upgrade our arc. There we go. So now the Elatul has gotten the All Must Provide modules times 4. Look at that, 95 essence a turn. That is what I'm talking about. We are currently draining, but with that, we should easily hit 250 in the next turn. Oh man, this is starting to get a little bit faster, and I'm digging it. I'm very much digging it. Let's take this Leecher down here and see what we can do with it. We may have to put out a couple combat ships just to deal with those pirates here in a second. I'd rather not. It's kind of a waste right now, but if we have to because they start harassing us, we will. Although, realistically... and I'm not sure how exactly this works, but we might be able to just, like, unanchor our arc, shoot them if they come here, and then anchor our arc back up. That would be the most effective means of dealing with them. Yeah, we absolutely want to stay religious here. Please and thank you. Oh my. Oh my, how did we suddenly switch to pacifists? That is absolutely no fun. How did we lose religious there on our first election? That's insane. The good news is, though, that we have this. This is actually really awesome. Discover 4 systems outside your constellation, so getting free movement or wormholes is going to be kind of a big deal now. The Scavenged Ram Scoop here is one of my favorite engine modules, so we're going to go ahead and go for that. An emissary from the Academy arrives. Dressed formally, they only agree to speak or communicate in public venues while being recorded. This is no ordinary discussion. It appears that the head of the Academy is indisposed, and various organizations within the Academy are beginning to operate with a certain degree of independence. You are provided with a few names, a list, a small explanation, really a marketing brochure, on the Academy's structure and organization. Once the discussions are over, you place an encrypted call to the hero in your employ who is visibly uncomfortable. You understand, they say. We are beings of exceptional power. We are trained to seek only strength and knowledge, but some seek more, you finish. Yes, and there are associations, fraternities within the Academy, theoretically just clubs of heroes with shared interests. Those who seek power often use them for leverage. However, in research, training, exploration, none of this is shocking, though it makes you uneasy. But as long as they lack access to resources, you say, they are not a threat, at least not to friendly empires. Your employee nods, as if agreeing, and prepares to end the discussion. Then, at the last second, changes their mind. They add, remember that there are unclaimed places of enormous wealth out there, and everyone is starting to look at them. The transmission is terminated, leaving you curious and concerned. Seek the unclaimed places that your hero spoke of. Okay, so that's why we're looking for constellations outside of our own. Infinite Supermarkets is done. Interplanetary transport will be done very, very soon. Oh, and sadly, we are just shy of our next population. That's okay. Got Applied Happiness program here, which is just a nice overall empire improvement. Colonized Snow is now a thing. Nair should be very, very set. Columba actually looks really, really nice. Nair is actually not set because I was confused and forgot that we need to get these 2 techs. That means we should grab another tech here. While I want to go for Almost Serve here, I think we'll probably go for Baryonic Shielding instead so that we can open up free movement and potentially get out of our constellation. That seems like the better decision overall. Yeah, that's going to be better for us. Okay. Move, little ship. Okay, so our ship has returned the Leecher. We can go ahead and upgrade this, and it's never going to be a really good combat ship, though. So, like, I don't know if that's really going to end up being worth it so much. Once we arrive here with this ship to scan, we should probably stop leeching. I'm so upset that we lost our religious laws, guys. It's so garbage. We wanted those very badly. Like, the ones we got in place of them aren't very good either. Oh, actually, that's not terrible, but the additional food is kind of useless for us. Additional strategic resources and production isn't particularly great. Yeah, these all suck. Basically, these all suck. This is probably the best just because it gives us +5 more essence, but that's not anything particularly amazing. Yeah, that is super disappointing. So if we were to go with this, it would cost us 4 per turn. We're currently generating 5, so if we do that, it is going to sabotage the amount of essence or influence we're gaining. This much less so. I think we're going to do this because we are going to need influence to brainwash these guys. That's the final step of getting them under our control. And I want to actually look at their trait. Endless maintenance. They're okay. They'll be great when behemoths come around. Until then, though, not so much. Okay, so with this guy, what we're going to want to do is probably just keep him here and safe, at least for the moment. We should also be shooting probes outward and looking for other branches in the galaxy once this guy lands at Gina? Okay, that seems like a good plan. Darn this pirate for spawning right there, though. Like, that's just annoying because it's at the end of that long star lane. It's going to take us a while to respawn. We could also shift to building military ships here, but I really, really like getting Endless Research Park early. I feel like this is one of the better wonder-type buildings you can make. Is that... yeah, it is a wonder. Okay. Okay, I'm just making sure my terminology's on point there, guys. Alright, so we do have enough essence now to add another population, which is awesome. We'll go ahead and do that, because it will speed up the production of the Endless Research Park in exchange for the turn that it costs us from building it. And then after that, our essence is going to go into building another arc, which will come over here to Nair, or potentially to Columba at the moment. Although Nair, once again, is a much better choice due to the higher number of planets, all of which will eventually be colonizable for us relatively soon. Alright, you're fine sitting there. You guys are going to start scanning there, which means that... Little leecher friend, you gotta stop for a minute. You gotta stop for a minute. I love you, you're my buddy, but you gotta stop. Okay, please scan things on Gaina. Alright, that's great. Beautiful. Thank you for those scans. Do we have any probes left? We do. We have 2 probes left. So based on the galaxy shape, we're going to probably fire one off in that direction and one off in that direction and just see what they come up with. After that, it's probably going to behoove us to send this combat ship back here to deal with the pirates that will begin to harass us a little bit. I think that's probably our best bet with this fleet. Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, we could also just double drain essence here, but that seems rather... frivolous, since we just did curiosity scans and that's going to give us the influence we desire from them. Let's go ahead and send these guys back. Yeah, that makes the most sense. When we fight, we also get some essence, so that's useful. Low gravity was discovered. That's not a bad thing. We got some extra XP on our ships, and our hero leveled up. Let's go ahead and give him some more shield capacity. Full power to shields. Okay. Expedition on Gaina turned up Hyperium, which is also very useful. And we should have another pop next turn. I'm going to be watching our dust totals and stuff, because that's what really gets me, is how much of an impact it makes. Okay, so we got 6 more dust per turn out of that. That's not bad. Not as much as I was expecting, but it's also not bad. Holy Proliferation is complete, and now look at that. Endless Research Park went from 11 turns to 8 turns. That is a pretty big increase. We did get a few more command points. We also got a hull upgrade, adds additional module slots for all arcs. Oh, baby, let me see that. There is an additional support module slot, so we're going to go ahead and put one of those on there. Ah, nope, confirm that, please. And then we will try to upgrade this at our soonest convenience. 320 dust for one more of those modules seems a little bit to me. Like, I don't think it should cost that much to upgrade it, but apparently it does. Big Data Shipyards is now available to us, and O2G delivery gear, which will help with invading. We also are researching the Academy Embassy. That's great. Getting the embassy is a really good thing for us here, and we do have something else in queue after that. I always like to make sure that we've got at least one thing queued up to follow it. Can you drain essence from pirates? If we can drain essence from pirates, I'm actually going to be really glad those guys are there. Let's go see if that's a thing, because if it is a thing, that's going to be kind of awesome. That shows you how long it's been since I last played Vodyani. Like, I don't even know if you can do that, but if you can, that is a phenomenal thing. Oh no, I sent our leecher. I hate when that happens. Like, when there's fleet stacks, I always click the wrong one. That's my fault. That is a big mistake that's going to cost us a lot of turns. Fortunately, they're turns that this is going to be running anyway, I think, so we'll be okay. Like, it's not that big of a loss, but I did make a big mistake misclicking there. Alright. End the turn. Come on now. Where in our research is wormholes, by the way? Okay. It's our second one, so we got a little bit of time before we need to get this guy out there, and I would honestly rather get our combat ship over here before we just start sending this, like, defenseless speed leecher that's for exploration out everywhere doing things. Alright. You're gonna want to wait there, yeah, you're fine. And if we can expand our influence around that nebular cloud, that would be amazingly awesome. That has some great effects right there. But that's probably going to take us a hot second as well. Now that we have capped out our pop on these things, we're definitely going for our next arc, which will cost us 300 essence, which we're going to have in a couple turns. It's going to be a couple turns before we get there. That's okay, though. What we do want to do is go in and change our arc design. Or do we? 46 dust per turn. So we're going to be at, what, 220, and then another 80 will be 3 turns. So in 3 turns, we're going to not have enough necessarily to build an arc, but we will have enough to upgrade the current arc, so we're not going to change the design then. What we want to do is, before we build a new arc, we want to make sure that all of the support slots are filled with engines so that we can move it quicker, and then we can switch them all over with an upgrade to the appropriate things. Although, given the distance that we're going to the next system over, that may not be worth it. It may actually cost us more dust to do that, so maybe we will not do that. Hey, we're cordial with them.
You in the name of the four families.
Where are you at, though? Where did we meet you? Potentially we saw them over there. It is good that we've already discovered another constellation, though, because that means we can send these leechers over as soon as we have the wormhole tech. Ooh, and look at Gemini. What are you? I mean, that's not terrible. We can colonize 3 of those planets already. The gas hod is going to take us a while to get to, but that's alright. Really, the most important thing is that we have a nice 5-planet system right there that we can take advantage of. Okay, keep moving ships. I'm gonna end the turn. Everybody is currently working that quest, so soon we will have access to behemoths. N-Way fusion is unlocked. That's a pretty good pickup. You've spent science to maybe discover something more interesting. N-Way fusion's an okay pickup, I think. Alright. That's all good. Empire Development 3, developing Empire Laws. We have +1 law slot, potentially, which won't matter because we can't really afford to use it. We are generating influence very slowly right now. The Academy Embassy is done. We should aim to build that relatively soon, as access to more heroes is just going to help us. What I'll probably do... This is where it gets interesting right here, because we could go Denark or we could go Academy directly after the Endless Research Park or after the public-private partnerships, whichever we decide. I think we're probably better off going with the Academy Embassy to get heroes sooner, so I'm going to do that. And you guys are fine. That leecher has landed and it's like, nope, I'm out, bye. I should have had it see if it could leech the pirates, though. That would have been amazingly useful if it could. Unfortunately, though, guys, that is all the time that we have for today. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I'm actually really, really stoked about how well this is going. At least in my opinion, it's going well. I haven't checked the score. We may not be doing great. Yeah, according to the score, we're doing terrible. That being said, I don't know that that's actually true, and I feel like once we get our next arc up, we're going to scale up relatively quickly because of how much essence we're bringing in. So we'll see. It feels like this is a strategy that maybe takes a second to really kick... Oh, ladies and gentlemen, that is another 5-planet system. And they are all fairly habitable planets that are easy to get a hold of, including a couple deserts, an ash, and a lava. So yeah, Wrath is another system we're going to go after. That's a guaranteed thing for sure. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure to go ahead and give us a like or subscribe to the channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!